Whakalakalahi atu hane tau malatala tutupu ke lata mai a Good evening, in our news bulletin for tonight. Tahe papo ne kololo mea ke lata mai whakafuanga mai uta whānu he tau kuang hua lima mai talatalai. A new handicraft manual is a positive development for export and trade. Whakahokua e whakapirianga ke lata mai tuanga te kau spot e motu e Mrch. A declaratory judgment has been made in regards to the issue for Mrch during the new High Court proceeding. Tau e tau leo whakatangitangi tau ukulele motu. Whakahokua e tau nanga ukulele motu. Musical celebrations during the new Ukulele Festival. Koe uta whānau moe whakafua he tau koloanga hua lima koe tahana puhala mo watupi ke lata mai whalua tumotu Pasifika moe kua whai pepafo ne kua tālanga pui whakatoka he kautaha SPC. Koe whakamua hane he whai pepa ne kua tausei ke lata mai langmatayanga he tau whahi pipi moko e tau mutukehekehe o Pasifika kua aonga ke mai longa he tau tangata ne kua tālanga mai uta whanua he tau koloanga hua lima.
Aonga lo he pepa ne ke lata mai whaingoa pini ke lata mai tu mamatua hata tole mutu whai malolo he ute tu koloa talatalai me tu koloa sia halo tulu ki tu mutu ke pimini me tu penga wha ne pakalaya mtekele he pepa ne ke hayai e longa whakamamaanga me longa tu puhala ke meke koe ke tausi kaina to meke ke uta kai nā kai ke hau hako nā koe ke whaingahua kai meke koe ke tausi ne koe hau a pasolo sia i kaina me tu talatalai si tamani ke uta whakarere nini ne aonga lahi pepa ni ke moturu si eiu ka me tu mamatua ke ono porque kumi mai ke moturu hingoe tu puhala ne meke uta la turu tu koloa sia porque tu koloa talatalai tunga tu mutu tunga Australia po Nusila. Pini mi wharu kau tū he lalolai ne ka hai wharu whamatalang mai lote pepa ni.
Ko whai mga hoi lali ke whakamau pōpe pepa nei mo whakaonga ka mata e tau whakatutalanga ke tau ua whiong whamaua mo e kua moa e langa ke whakamua ke tau ua whiong whamalima. Ko whai mga hoi hinga hua ki ai si kua haka mo e whakamori tu wai ke tau e kua moale ke motu ko whisi. Hanei kua mai ke tu wai ke whakaonga. Pesani kua whai pepa ke mui tua ki ai hahanga ia ni wholo tau atu motu ne ukalahi porque malolo halo tōla tau pe hianga ke he tau koloa ne tātua ki te mutuia.
Uka ngai e mātola nei ke mua ta kumkumiang ho kūro paka ta tarahawanga haka muna whō ngai nei pepa. Si mua tu ki he motu ko Australia ne wha tōla he uka tō koloa ta tōru ki uti kei. Mōri ni ke haiai ke tuhiang he pepa ni. Ka ke haiai ni wharu mena he motu o Australia ne uka pa ua kini whakataitei tunga tō ka hoa pō mea koe pēmu tō ka hoa puka. Uka rei tō koloa i ka tō tōru ki uta ki Australia. Ka mawhora ngeni tō ka hoa hihi me tō pakalau whā, pēni me tō tamu tō koloa talatalai, e mitaki ngeni tō mnia. Ko mamana ke matoro ke whai, ke kai ore tō pepa nei ke mai he whahi SPC, ka eki ko hoko mai, koe tō pepa nei tō tuwhaange ni ki tō mamatua halo tōturi na nofi tō kaina. Nā kai whai ke lata mo tōturi tō tangata ngā whakatwhon, hako whitai meri hila ni wau ta viko ai he uru whakatūne whai ngā whanua, ke tōturi usi, ka ia iusa tōturi tahe kopi ke lata mo tōturi, kai whalawhalahi ki tō mamatua ni ai whai access ke he internet, si ko loto ria ka whakamui mamatua ke tūwhi tō pepa ki ai.
Ha kua whai pepa kua tohi ai e tau whakatokaanga mai uta whānu he tau koloanga hua lima, kua kua talia au loa e tau whaipipi moka he atu Pasifika, wai amana ki ke muka e tau puhala uta whānu tau koloa nei. Kai kini kua nā kai mahino he tau tangata, kua lata ni ke ua atu ke he whahinga hua pipi moka ke mua da māmaanga kua tōnu, mai hako tō whakawhānu puke tamai e tau koloa pēnei ke motu. Export of cultural crafts and handicrafts is a revenue-generating avenue for many Pacific Island countries, and often there are issues when exporting crafts to other countries. The Secretariat of the Pacific Community has collaborated with the biosecurity divisions in the islands to develop a handicraft manual that will create a clearer understanding. The objective of this manual is to list biosecurity requirements relating to handicrafts traded among Pacific Island countries and assist stakeholders who wish to import or export to another island.
It's really important in regards to how we export all our weavings, our handicrafts, given the circumstances of some handicrafts may be high risk and some may be low risk. So this book will explain which ones are high risk and which ones are low risk, so that we don't have to make unnecessary guidelines for export of our lilies or our handicrafts or get our quarantine pass. This handicraft will help us in many of those ways, so we don't necessarily have to make mistakes or unnecessary call-ups to quarantine on why some of these items are not for export and why some of the items may be exported.
It has taken a few years to complete the manual, but this is a positive development for export and trade of cultural crafts in the Pacific. The manual only lists biosecurity requirements applicable for handicrafts.
We're hoping to print out a number of copies of the book, but I think the priority will be given to those that the homestayers, our mums and our grandmums and our aunties that are at home, who does the weavings, who does the carving. I don't think it will be distributed as a hard copy to government servants, because they already got the e-copy, so which is one of the benefits. So I guess we're gonna have to prioritize our matuas, who are in the private sector, who mostly does the weavings and the carvings.
The manual will serve as a resource tool that will set clear guidelines to avoid goods being stopped at the border. Exporters or importers have been advised, if they are uncertain about requirements, that they can contact the Niue Quarantine Division for clarification. Koe pang ia whaiu muni ha whange whawhiriang tukulunga ke lata mai te whekau si wala mai te whekau mai whahingoa leo leo koe e iki whakawhiri ko Craig Coxhead. Ko whai whiwhirianga tu wai mai he whakawhirianga tukulunga hani we ke lata mai tuanga he matakau si pote motu ne whahingoa koe niska. Kua hokua te whekau nei ke he whakawhirianga ha koe tohi ole mai te kitake niska ko Marutalangi ke whaitala hawanga ke he tuanga he tau whekau si pote motu. Ha koe tala hawanga kua whai ko misifo ne kua whakatu ke tau whahi tapu kuku kua mole ki tua. Ka koe tala hawanga mai he te whataha whahi ne hai ia e te kitake ko Alan Tano, kua hukuia e hana loia ko Stafford Guest ne tala hawai, kua nā kai ha ko whalu tala hawanga ke he tau kakano ne kua whakatua e matakau fōu nei. Nā kai māma fō ke lau tōru koe hae koe tuku ki mohe whakapirianga. Whakamāma mai ia koe manako ke whakatu e taha matakau i lalo hifu. He matahingoa niska, nā kai hako e talahawanga ia, ka koe manako ke whakatu e taha matakau fōu. Liwe i ki whakawhiri ki mō e tau manautu mai he te whaihine ua ke whaiwhiwhirianga mai talahawa i heloia ko Stafford Guest, ko talia hana tangata ne kukui, koe matakau niska, angai ani matakau ne ko mai longa ai, mai tau whaisi pote he motu, mai ke matutaki atu holo tūla tau ngahua. A decision has been made in the Niue High Court regarding the management of the national sporting body, the Niue Island Sports Commonwealth Games Association, otherwise known as NISCA. The case was presented to the Niue High Court proceeding on Saturday morning. The judge clarified with both parties what their intentions were in presenting this case before the courts. The matter was brought before the courts with papers filed by NISCA President Mrch for a declaratory judgment regarding information that a new committee had been elected for NISCA that was contrary to the NISCA constitution. However, legal counsel Stafford Guest, who was representing Alan Tano, stated that his client's intention was to set up an organization separate from NISCA that would be known as the Niue International and National Sports Association, and therefore NISCA would remain the legal entity recognized for sports development in Niue. The decision was given that NISCA will remain the legal entity recognized as the main sports body. Koe hawhalaili ko moli ni tau ngoi tau leo mahofi ke he tau matakau tau ukulele he motu ke loto tau ni alofi he hawhangianga he taunanga ukulele ke waki. Koe taunanga ukulele whamua ni tau se ke tau uape hong whamaono ko uina atu wai tau pulutu tau ukulele me wharu mutu tunga Samoa wa Hawaii ke whakataatai hau tūra tau tāleni hala taha mai tau tangata he motu. Koe tau nei ko hoko mai pawa poki whala te pulutu mai Australia pia ni Hawaii ke liu whakatata hau tūra tau pala tau ukulele ka mātai te whiwa ia me ha hong whamaono ke hau uiwhi matahi masi. Takolonga te tangata whakafua kai me tau inu ke lata maluturu ni whakataha atu ke taunanga nei. Koe tau kupu whakawhileweia moi hawhangianga mai he hukui whakatuwhono o Marine Malekitama. Moi talhawanga hana ko Mrch ke whelang matariaki ke he tau pulotu tau ukulele he motu pia whoki mai he tau motu ko Australia mo Hawaii. Koe whakahawanga nei ni whakamatapatua he whahi whenonga ewa lahi whoki o muianga mai he te kitake whahi hua. Koe uki oku hatapu kua mole ne tutungi tupi whoki whalu tangata ke awatu wai ke tawa henga whakaako tau ukulele mai tau pulotu ne ko whenonga mai. Ne whakakatoa e taunanga ukulele ke he taha kai ne whakahoku wai ke scenic matawai ke pūri ne pō tō tuku whenonga e tamatakau he aho nei. A lot of people gathered at the commercial centre to listen to the beautiful ukulele sounds at the opening of the second Ukulele Festival held last Friday. Musicians from Australia and Hawaii alongside local artists showcased the various techniques playing the ukulele during the performances that began on the 16th to the 20th of March. The first Ukulele Festival was held in 2016. The concept behind the festival was to bring together people who have an appreciation for music to share the unique ukulele playing styles on the island. 8 ukulele acts performed on Friday evening, each offered something different for the crowd to listen to. As part of the festival, ukulele workshops were held at the New Zealand High Commission residence, Halamahanga and the Scenic Matawai over the weekend, and participants paid for the opportunity to learn from experts. Last night, musicians performed for the last time at the gala dinner at Scenic Matawai before departing today. Kua whakapotopote tau e kalisia tuki taha ke he millennium ki he aho whaiume kua maoli ke lata mai aho me, koe aho ke whakawhiawhia tau e kalisia ke tau lolongo tapu. Koe whakaholwangi nei whakahoko langa taha e tau, moe kua whakawe ke matapatu manatu, kua whiwhiri he kalisia ke risiano niwe, koe tau nei o ki mua moe atua. Tala hawa he tohi kupu he e kalisia ke risiano niwe kua ia koe a kua ko nuka tau e vihi, koe taha kiskisianga kua nā kai te kolonga lahi tau tangata, he tau nei ke whakatatai ke whalu tau ha kua hae tau lawe ke tau whakawhirianga tokorunga he motu. Koe tau seanga nei whoki kua maike ke tuku atu tau pua fuaki koe tau tupe ke lamatai e tau ngahue he kalisia ke risiano niwe, mo le whanga furu awhitala ni ko mua he tau nei, koe whahi tau hau whoki kua Mrch e kalisia niwe, ke whakahoko koe aho rally mai tau aonga aho tapu, mai kua whitāne te matakau, he tau siwasi ke maua Mrch. On Saturday, Ecclesia Niue congregations around the island gathered at the Millennium Hall for the annual Ahome celebrations. Ahome is a choir festival of sorts where village congregations are encouraged to learn traditional or contemporary style gospel songs according to a theme. This year was based on moving forward with God. An invitation was also extended to other church denominations to join in. Congregations made monetary donations that would be used for further developments for the Ecclesia Keresiano Niue. The Ahome for this year managed to raise over $40,000. And according to the Ecclesia Keresiano Niue Secretary, Reverend Nukanuka Tawivihi, the numbers this year had decreased due to court proceedings on Saturday morning. The next event on the Ecclesia calendar is the Sunday School Rally, due to be held in just over a week's time. And those are our news stories for tonight. Whakakatoa toa mai hene te wala tala tutupu ke lata me whiwhinei, kia nonof wā mnine pō tuli diu ke whalewe pēnei ke he awhiawhia hatu lot. Mnine pō.